I'm already screwing up. So here it is. My name's Adam Luke.
I'm Judy Ann.
And this is SessionWell. So what is SessionWell? SessionWell, we've created a community on Facebook and through social media for a place for pre-licensed and licensed clinicians to exist and everyday folk. And so please, if you haven't followed our Facebook, please do. We have a Facebook for SessionWell. We also have a group for SessionWell as well. We want to hear your questions. We want to hear your concerns. And we wanted a place for us to just exist. So thank you for checking in. For everyone else who's also paid attention to us before and you've been listening to us on this podcast, thank you so much. So, should we introduce him?
Yes. So we have a familiar face from a couple weeks ago, but this time he kind of has the floor by himself. So we are welcoming back Jeff Ortiz.
What's up, everybody? Hi, guys. How are you?
Hey.
Good. How are you?
Good. Great to be here. It was probably a little longer than a couple weeks ago, but
That's true. They all blur together.
I was definitely here
Yes.
with George, so thanks for having me back. I appreciate that.
Thanks for coming back.
Yeah. You were a side entree
Right.
or a combo meal.
Yeah. Today I'm the main
Today
course.
you are the
You
main
are
course.
Oh man,
This is
what
true.
am I? If I'm the main course, what is it? What's your favorite course? What's your favorite?
Oh, I love all
main
kinds
course?
of food. I don't know. Pizza?
You
hate
Your
pizza.
main course is pizza.
He hates
Who likes
pizza.
pizza? You
I love
love
pizza.
pizza.
You were
Yeah.
hoping for a keto dish.
Yeah,
and it
I
was
know,
not
right?
coming.
Fine, steak.
Steak? Okay,
Okay.
no, we're talking.
I would say he's definitely the
Okay.
steak.
Yeah,
He's
I'm a
definitely the
steak. What's your favorite main course?
It is steak.
Steak.
I love a filet mignon rare, man. That's me.
Right
all
on.
the way
with
through.
With a slab of bacon on the side.
Oh, yeah, wrapped around it.
So my wife said, I hope he brings bacon to tonight.
Oh,
so
no!
we can enjoy the bacon. My wife's here. She's in the background. She's
Yeah,
not gonna come
Monica.
to the camera, but yeah, she's here to make sure I don't get out of line.
Embarrass
Yeah, exactly.
Perks of my family having a stock farm. So yeah, so one day I will get you bacon.
Veronica talks about it all the time.
I
That's-
don't like bacon.
Oh, bacon! Like he goes on about this bacon, and so yeah, that's all he did was talk about it, and then so Veronica's like, man, I really want his bacon, I want his bacon, and I'm
Wow.
like, honey, really? What am I, chopped liver? No.
Yeah, it's rough when some other man brings home the bacon. But anyways,
Okay,
But-
anyways,
but-
boys.
yeah, we should
But-
pull
But
this back together.
I want to first, before we talk about me, I want to first say congratulations to you guys,
Oh no.
for reaching that 3,000 clinical hour mark. Oh man, what? Come on.
Oh my god. Well, Adam did it first last week, right?
Yeah, so he is right. Last Friday, I hit 3,000 in 6 hours. And so it's been a crazy process. It was definitely a reflective moment of thinking back over. It came out to be like 3 years, 6 months, and so many days
Oh, really?
of like what that process looks like, and it was pretty crazy.
That's crazy. Mine was probably doubled your hours, or I mean your years. I finished mine, what was yesterday? Tuesday night.
Yes, both of you
at
guys.
3,005 hours. But I started in 2013, so it was 6 years that it took me to do this. And I remember clicking on the button and being like, I wanted to cry. Because I was like, oh my God, after all this time, it's finally here. But now we still have to submit our paperwork and then take our exam and hopefully pass and then do all that stuff. But for now, it is a moment to be
Celebrated.
So
Definitely.
we're excited.
And we're definitely also going to do a podcast on that.
Oh yeah, I would love
Yeah.
to.
Just like you will watch us assemble our packets and walk you through the process, because we are losing our minds, but we're also stoked. Yeah, just make sure you get all your signatures
Yes.
at the front end. Don't try to get your signatures afterwards. It's a nightmare.
Right.
But let's...
Yeah, don't do what he just said at the end. Oh my goodness, that's so sad. So this is I didn't know who wanted what, so I got one chocolate and one vanilla. This is for you guys. Congratulations. The biggest gift giver ever right here sitting on the couch. I said, I got you guys a little something for this. She's like, I didn't get you anything. I said, it's okay. Just receive the gift that I'm giving you. You can receive too. It's
Thank
all right.
You missed it. She almost picked up a pillow and was like,
It's a work.
Thank
This is a
you.
gift.
Thanks,
No,
brother. That's so sweet.
I appreciate you guys. I appreciate the opportunity, and it's definitely something that should be rewarded. You guys worked your butts off. It is not easy. Anybody who's done that process is
It's not easy.
no. So
it's cool to be at this process, at this point of the
yeah,
process.
yeah.
But let's talk about you, because
Yeah.
here's also another
Thank you.
process for me. Is every time I've had what I'll call a come to Jesus talk with you.
Right.
We've always been talking about some rough stuff.
Right.
Or
Deep personal.
it's not. Yeah, it's not even rough. It's just it is deep personal. It is the grind to 3,000. It's how do we get here? Where do we want to be?
How do we connect?
So I can't wait to have this podcast with you.
Yeah, it's exciting. I mean, just to get to this point in our lives, right? Having gone through the journey that we've gone through, the doors open, doors close, things happen that we didn't expect, and that's why I'm here. The Love Big Love Wide movement is starting, and I can't stop it. It's just something that's outside the box clinically. You know, Ernesto Sigismondo has always talked about the not your typical psychotherapist, and I've embraced it, and I'm all in. I got a hat, got a shirt, gonna have a website soon. There you go. I'm all in on this thing, and the goal is still the same.
Right.
Still to help people, still connect with people, and share in love while I do it. And so I'll explain a little bit more about that. But yeah, it's exciting. It's exciting, and who knows like what happens down the road with it, and then even your journey. Like who knows what happens? You know, we have this vision of, hey, I'm going to finish my 3,000 hours. I'm going to get a license, and then I'm going to do this. Well, sometimes the plans are different, and they're bigger.
God's like, I don't think so.
That's right. It's the benefit of being a man and women of faith that we can, adjust. Sometimes being okay with this, sometimes fighting it, and so the patient process. We'll
Very much so.
Nice. Yeah. So you're known as the Love Big, Love White guy.
That's it.
Kind of explain to us where did that come from? Who came up with it? What does it mean?
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's love is big, and actually, it kind of started, to be honest with you, when you gave me Bob Goff's book, Love Does, right? And so you're like this. I remember you wrote a note. This guy reminds me of you, and so I was like, yeah, okay, sure. And I start reading it. I'm like, wow, this guy's awesome, and she's saying that So I love people. I love people. I know you guys know that. I know my wife knows that, except sometimes she probably doesn't think I love her at times, but I'm all in on you, girl. We're all in. So
You loyal.
my girl, I got put in a good word. So just loving people comes natural.
Yeah.
Encouraging people comes natural. And I was just like, God, what how does this look? And the first thing that came to me was Jesus on the cross. The love big. He knew what his purpose was. So love big for your purpose. He knew before he even came what he was going to do. And he loved wide. His arms outstretched on the cross. He accepted to connect with us. Yep. He accepted our sin to connect with us. And so that's what it comes with. For people to accept each other with where they're at so we can connect with them relationally. And that's truly what this whole movement is about. To just come together and love each other and just do it in a way that is just more than ourselves. So yeah, that's where it came from. My story that kind of leads up to that is a whole other thing. But when the Love Big Love White, that just came. And that stuff just keeps coming. Yeah. It's neat in the process.
What would you like? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, go.
What would be your purpose for it? Like, what is your end goal with this movement?
End goal. See, I don't even have one. But what's happening now is I'm out speaking at schools, universities, middle schools, high schools. Being able to go out and reach our youth and younger adults. I don't really have a limit on who I speak to. So if anybody wants, right now as a free speaker, eventually it's going to cost something, but right now I'm free. So I'm just throwing it out there.
Yep.
Remember, Netflix was a steal at one time. Hop on before the price goes up.
Right, exactly. And so, it's one of those things where I'm sharing the message of my story, and I'll share a little bit about what the meat of it is, and then kind of motivating people to be more, to not accept, their current situation as the only situation they can have. And really kind of if they're stuck in a place where they don't have any hope, hey, I'm here to help encourage them and, give them that tap on the booty and, hey, let's go. Not physically, just mentally.
Yeah, there you go.
But just helping them get to that place of so they can be the best version of themselves possible. I think a lot of times people are walking around and they're not living there, and they're just going through the motions. And so it's like, oh, there's this guy named Jeff, and he's the Love Big Love White guy, and I'm here to help them. I'm here to encourage people. It's right up my alley. It's what I've been doing, and so it fits perfect. So I'm looking forward to that. Yeah.
And I can attest to probably the most annoying thing about this process is the fact that when you are rooted in like negativity, and then you're sitting across and you're sharing a coffee with this guy, he can completely make you feel good about yourself, and you're like, I guess it's not all over.
No, it's never over, especially when you keep people in your life. And that's the other part. Keeping great people in your life. There's going to be times where we're going to be down, but having a good network of people
there you go.
Around us that will encourage us, that will say, no, man, take a break, but don't give up. Right? Take a break's okay, but giving up, you're going to look back and you're going to regret it. So that's up to you. If you want to live with a regret, go ahead. Good luck. I haven't seen it work out yet, but yeah, definitely.
Have you had someone that was like you for you growing up or through your life? That was
definitely. I've had, my parents, my dad, even my mom, and we'll talk about that a little bit, but mom and dad, youth pastors, coaches. I've had some significant coaches in my life, mentors, just people. I've had a lot of experience before I even got into the marriage and family therapy scene, but I had, supervisors, family. It's just a lot of great influential people that I pick pieces of, what they're really good at and connecting with people. And, it's just something that it just comes natural, and I watch, I observe we observe everybody and everything, and I don't turn that off. And I think I always have done that anyway before I got into marriage and family therapy, but it's just observing and realizing, okay, there's some great things about that individual. There's some great things about the individual. I like to focus on the negative because I know they know about that. Like doesn't, if you want to bring it up, okay, fine. I'm not going to highlight it. Yeah. I'm going to highlight what I see that's the great gifts and strengths that you have, because we all have them. And I know I've talked to many friends that, I was like, man, you have this great gift. You have this great ability to connect with people and show love. And I've just highlighted it. And however people experience that, they experience it. So one of the sayings talk about nobody, people may forget your name, right? What is it? Right. But they won't forget how you made them feel or something like that. Yeah. So. Is it Maya Angelou? Yeah, I don't know who said it. But
I don't know.
Somebody.
Someone significant.
Yeah. but it's important to leave that kind of impact.
Absolutely.
That's my goal, is to leave that impact with whoever I come across, whether it's somebody at the grocery store, or, great friends that I have that I've really done life with and gone to the depths of hard work and come out, and it'll be like that. I don't anticipate it changing.
So you're killing me. Where does it start? Where does the story start?
Yeah, so I could talk about how my upbringing and how I just even got into marriage and family therapy, and then how I got to this point now. Yeah. Is that cool?
Good, yeah.
So I grew up a heavy overweight kid. Ate my emotions. So cakes. I love all the cakes. Sugar. No, I was like, oh. So you guys got one each, but I got 3 at home for me. My wife doesn't know where they are. No, she doesn't know where they are at. So I hide those with the gallon of milk that I'm going to get later. So definitely growing up the overweight kid, I felt left out. I felt like, I felt different. Yeah. And so it was a struggle for me. Going to school, didn't want to go to school. Then my mom and I didn't get along very well growing up. And there's no doubt my mom loved me. I didn't know how to engage her and then bring home all the stuff at school that would happen. I was a frustrated young individual, angry, hurt, felt left out, lonely, all those feelings that we have when people are picking on us. And not to say I didn't have good friends during middle school, elementary school, middle school, but it's the impact of what bullying did, and being the overweight kid and teasing, and being rejected by females at that age. Parents are like, oh, come on, you're gonna be all right. When you're that age, you're like, at that moment, like me, it's awful. So I always tell my wife, I said, man, you saw me at that age, you wouldn't like me either. She's like, oh yes, I would have. I was like, girl, you get out of here, try to flatter me now. So so I carry that with me, and then I go to high school and start playing football. So you start playing football, you have to condition, you have to lift weights. My body changed, right? I got strong, I got it. And so then as I got stronger, I became meaner and project my stuff on the people because I was still hurt. Yeah. And no matter what, I was always a fat kid. I remember my buddy giving me a hard time one time he called me fat boy, and I was like, I got all pissed.
Oh.
Like what? But I wasn't fat, and so I was like, I was yoked out, and so he's like, he just like looked at me perplexed. He's like, why are you pissed? I'm like, because he called me fat. He's like, you're not fat. I'm like, but up here, I'm like, I'm big boy. Like, you know,
it's
right?
it's the invisible lines, right? No matter how good you look, you're still like, I'm huge.
It's your negative core.
Right.
Yeah. Negative core
beliefs.
Yeah,
exactly. So I'm carrying that core belief with me, right? And so then, you know, I'm just trying to live life. So I meet a female, we date, she got pregnant. I don't know how that happened, but she got pregnant, right? I'm like, man, is this Jesus all over again? Like, really? Obviously, we know what happened. But it did. So my first son was born, I was 20. He was 19. Wow. I was 19 when she got pregnant, 20 when he was born.
Okay.
We ended up getting married a couple years later. And so I just looked to do. So a football player that got into the family business through her family and started out as an HVAC technician. So started doing that, and I was like, okay, my life's set. Well, I get out there and start doing the work, and I'm like, oh, I want to do this. I don't want this. Oh, I don't know about this. So at the time, I was coaching football also. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to go back to school and teach and coach. So I started undergrad at the School of Professional Studies and started doing that. Excuse me.
Was that at Hope International?
Yes. Hope International, a little plug. I'm pretty sure they still do the online thing. Yeah. Awesome. HIU. But did that. And 5 years into the marriage, we get divorced. Because the hurt individual continued to negatively, emotionally react to circumstances, situations, didn't know how to connect, didn't know how to verbally express what was going on inside. And I own my side of the relationship. I know I never talked about my ex-wife's side. That's not for me. So I just own my side. And it was at that time she leaves, and I'm like, man, I can't make this work. I can't make her stay. I was broken. And I looked up, I said, God, this hurts. So not only do I mourn the divorce, but I mourn all the pain that I experienced before that I never let out.
Yeah.
And so I'm in the School of Professional Studies, and one of the professors says, hey, we have a counseling program here that you can see. It's like for $5 or something like that. I'm like, oh, really? So I saw somebody at the counseling center. And that's, I didn't even, I still had no idea I was going to be a therapist, right? I was going to be a football coach and a teacher. That was what I went to school for. And so I go through that whole process, and I experienced love. I experienced love like I never experienced it. I allowed myself to experience the brokenness, right? And I didn't wild out. I didn't I mean, you see, we work with married couples, and you see some people go totally different directions. I just didn't. I had my time when I was younger. I did my thing. And so I was like, I'm not going to do that. I had 2 boys that were very young, and I wanted to make sure that I took care of them and be there to support them through this. They didn't ask for this to happen. Yeah. And so I wanted to make sure that I was there for them. And so as we go through this and things change, and it's like just a whirlwind of stuff going on, I was grounded in my faith, and God really took care of me, and he just supported me all the way through it. And long story short, God he leads me into marriage and family therapy. I was like, wow, this is seriously, like, you want me to go into that? Yeah. And so, I go into there, and I meet my wife, and get remarried. That was after like 2 years of being single, and just focusing on the boys and doing what they needed. And we had some friends that introduced us, and I was, I think I interviewed her for 3 months.
I love this.
I think I interviewed her for like 3 months. No hug, no kiss, no nothing. I was like, boom, boom, boom. Like she's like, boy,
she's very patient.
She's like, boy, if you didn't make a move when you did, it was over. I'm gonna tell you. I'm like, no, you weren't gonna leave me.
There's only so many PowerPoint presentations you can go through.
Right? Right? Exactly. So I'm like, well, I said, what in this scenario, what would you do? Okay, all right, all right. You passed. You passed on that one. I got another one next week.
So let's just assume I'm an ass. What do you do?
Right. Exactly.
How do you respond?
Let's just say I get hangry, one night, like all this great, this person that you see is all nice and flamboyant and loves you and cares for you, but then he gets hangry.
Yeah.
He may react in a different way. How are you gonna respond? So no, I mean, it's been amazing to get to this point. And so now I feel like, having been out of school and in private practice, I feel like God's got more. And so I'm stepping outside the clinical box on the Love Big, Love Life. And so what that looks like is being able to, go out to the schools. And actually, I partnered up with a buddy who runs a gym in Ontario, and we're working to work with emotional health. So I'm like the emotional coach, and it's kind of bringing everybody together. Everybody wants the physical change, right? But there's always more. Like I said, I did the physical change. I got the physical change, but there was a whole belief system that I had to change.
Right.
And it's not until we change that belief system that we live a different way of thinking, different way of life.
And it's hysterical how we like to separate the two and say that my physical health is not impacted by my emotional self.
Mm-hmm.
Yet we'll all sit around and be like, "Oh yeah, I got emotional, so I broke my diet today."
Yeah,
And so
food is so emotional.
Mm-hmm.
But for a lot of people that have struggled with weight, it's very psychological more than physiological.
True. I mean, my son brought over a leftover birthday cake from his brother's birthday, and the first thing I'm like, man, I want a piece. But 2 days before that, we had a little dessert, and it wasn't much, and it overwhelmed my palate because I'm not really eating the sugar. So I was like, man, I wanted to attack that cake. So I had to take a mental step back and realize I saw the cake and I saw fun, excitement, let's get it. But then I remembered immediately, like what I tasted the a couple of days before. I'm like, nah, I don't want the cake. It's really a struggle back and forth between pleasure and discipline of saying, okay, I'm not going to partake in that. I'm gonna and if I do, it's just modify it. I don't need a big humongous piece, right, honey? I don't need a big piece. She always lets me know. She's like, babe, what do you do? I said, let me enjoy it. She go, you're gonna hurt. I said, no. And I'm rolling around. Why'd you let me enjoy it? You're on your own, honey. You're on your own. The Pepto's up in the cupboard.
You made your bed.
That's right. You know you're gonna lie in it. That's right. So, yeah, definitely. And so, working in that capacity, and then, venturing out into being a love life coach. So, working with people side by side, and helping them see life differently. I think I have a pretty good gift of reframing things into a positive way.
Yes.
And so
yes.
I'm just like constantly, when somebody brings a narrative that doesn't reflect the gifts and strengths they have, I'm just constantly looking for it, not to devalue them or not validate them. I definitely do that. But on the flip side, I'm looking for ways that they can see life differently, and encouraging them through that.
You are a total pressure washer of positivity. You're like, let's get that crap off of you. See, you still shine.
I try. You do still shine.
Yeah.
And that's what I believe. Is like we all have that inside of us. We come a little tarnished at times.
Absolutely.
But it's when we have people around us that are gonna be able to, work with us and help clean off. That's all the motivation we need sometimes. Just having that one person that says, "Hey, you're worth it." You're worth it. And one of the things that I've recently come up with is living in your awe. And so I'll tell you the backstory to that. So we took my mom's family who had come from back east to visit. We were taking them to LAX, to the airport. And during that time, the Lakers and Celtics were playing each other. So it was in June. And this was before they took chartered planes. So they flew commercial, all the Lakers did.
Yeah.
And so they're all getting dropped off by limousine, every single one of them. And so we're out there watching them all. I'm like probably 10. I'm just like, wow, look at all these guys. Black limousine shows up, opens the door, boom, Magic Johnson. I'm like, oh man, Magic Johnson. And then he's like, hey kid. And I'm like, I turned to my parents. I'm like, he just, they're laughing because they saw the whole thing. They saw him step out. And so I say awe because I'm in awe of him. But he also knew, he was aware of who he was. He knew his worth, and he executed it outside the court and on the court.
Yeah.
And so my goal is to teach people their awe, how awesome they can be, through awareness of why they do what they do, what their purpose is, right? giving themselves the opportunity to live in their worth. You know, we're so quick to discredit our worth, our self-worth, and I'm not good. Well, I'm okay at that. No, you're great at that. You're actually great at that. And then put those two together and just go out and execute it. Go out and live with your families. Go out and live with your husband or wife. Go out and just be the best version of yourself possible. Live in that awe. So when people walk away from you, be like, whoo, that guy, that girl, that woman, they have something special. And that's what I want to coach, is that people would be able to do that. And having the marriage and family therapy background, that allows me to really look at a lot of different angles and bring things up that they may not be aware of, and uncover that. So as they're getting clean, right, and they really experience the impact, because we're going for the long duration, forever. It's the marathon. It's not the sprint.
So what I'm really hearing is you breaking down that societal behavior of, I have a mask here, I have a mask here, I have a mask here. Because when you're talking about knowing your awe and stepping into and inviting yourself into that place, I'm also hearing my worth doesn't change per place I go.
Exactly.
But so many times we apply that to our lives. We're maybe a rock star at work, and then we go home and we have a problem being a husband.
Yeah.
Or vice versa.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
incongruent.
Yes.
Yeah, and so it's try to even out the incongruencies, so that way we're living up to our greatness in everything we do. Whether it's relational, whether it's professional, whatever impact it is, that we're living at that high standard. So that way nothing has to take a dip. Because you think about it, we graduate grad school and then we think, we can't do anything till we get our license, our associate number 2. We have to wait. And it's like, man, because we're told you can't do, and it's true, we can't do anything clinically.
Right.
Clinically. But for you guys that are going to graduate, I'm telling you, there's a place for you, and you got to put yourself out there and figure out, okay, what can you do to impact the world in a way? Because you have a master's degree. A master's degree. But see, we graduate and we're like, well, we still need the license.
Right.
It's almost like this, we can't enjoy it fully. Yeah, it's an accomplishment, but there's still this whole long, I got 3,000 clinical hours. Wow, it takes a long time to get 3,000 clinical hours. And then you got to pass this exam and rightfully so. I'm not saying anything bad about it. I'm just saying it's a long process. Yes. But we can start having an impact immediately when we graduate. And a lot of us do, and a lot of us kind of like, for me, I kind of like, what do I do? I want to do this, this, and this, and this. And so now I'm saying, wow, I can do this, outside the box and really grow and see where it leads. Because, it's awesome.
I definitely recognize for myself when I graduated, and like you say, you're in that interim period, or even you get that number, and maybe your first couple of months of existence, or even for me, I'd say my first year, I lost my self-worth. I didn't know because in school it was easy for me to show up, get A's, write bitchin' papers, get recognized as doing well in my class, in my cohort. Never make jokes.
So then,
all right, we are back. I wasn't on my phone. It's all good. So the feed froze, and so thank you for the texts and the calls. We got it fixed.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching. It was actually a good little segment. Hopefully you filled up your coffee cups, your water cups, ran to the bathroom, whatever it was. A little intermission there. So
we're back. We left off with talking about where a lot of us find our worth. Adam was saying that in his first year of being an associate, he felt that he lost a lot of his worth.
Yeah.
But then talking to Jeff, being the love big, love wide guy, was able to kind of bring that back into perspective for him.
Again, talking about what he's probably going to expand on is the fact that I didn't have to put necessarily my personality in a box, right? Where, hey, I'm just a therapist, but I can't be a therapist, so all of a sudden my worth that I associated with and being successful and starting my life as a professional didn't have to just stay in the session room, right?
Yeah, you're good enough, man. There's no doubt about it. And it's coming to that realization, hey, we have all the strengths, we have all the gifts to go out and do this thing, whether it's clinically or whether it's, in another profession. We have people that go through the master's program and they go into just life coaching, or they go into something totally different, and that's okay because they know who they are, and it's the ones that are like, oh no, you have to do the clinical. Like, oh no, you don't. You know, there's all kinds of things for us to do, and that I'm embracing that now. I know who I am, right? And that takes work every single day. It doesn't ever stop. You know, there's times where I doubt. I'm like, oh, well, are people gonna watch this? Are people gonna support me? What are people gonna think? I still have those thoughts, right? They still cross my mind.
Right.
Do they play a significant role? Not a lot of the time, but there's still the what if, right? The fear of the what if. Oh my goodness, drop that bomb.
It's hysterical. Like, what if it goes awesome, right?
Right.
Don't do it for the likes. Don't do it for the gram, right? Because it doesn't matter. Do it that makes you feel like you are reaching your best self.
Right. And impacting people. That's very big to me. And there's things that happen that I don't even realize, you know, that happen down the road. Like, there's people that have linked me up with other people because they know who I am.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, well, that's because I know that's why they do that. So I try to live as confident as possible in that who I am, where when I was younger, I didn't. It was what I did, right? And who I was and what title I had. You know, you call me marriage and family therapist. It doesn't matter to me. I'm Jeff Ortiz. You don't just have to call me the Love Big Love White guy. I'm Jeff Ortiz, you know, who loves people. Who also is part of this Love Big Love White movement, you know, and it's big because the movement is bigger than me. Okay, it's way bigger than me. It's way bigger than Jeff Ortiz. Trust me. And so I'm just like, okay, I just want to be respectful in leading this and guiding this and motivating people and getting them to their awe, right? And being awesome and carrying that out. Because if we utilize those three components, the awareness, the worth, and the execution portion, we're going out and making an impact, a significant impact in this world.
Absolutely. And I think that a lot of us, I think we find a lot of our worth in what we do. And we have different identifiers. Like, my worth is based on what site I'm at. How many clients do I have? Are my clients moving? Does my supervisor like me? How many hours do I have? How much money am I making? What is my fee? And I think that a lot of it is what we are doing, and then what we are doing isn't working, then I think our sense of self-worth declines, which isn't what it's supposed to be. It's not based on what we're doing, but it's like who we are and who our core self is. And so whether or not we do the movement, or we do our podcast, or we try to take our licensing exam, or we try to make private practice work, but even if all of those things fail, I think we have to remember that, like, our self-worth doesn't change because of the things that we do.
Well, and something I love the most about Jeff's message on this Love Big, Love White is the fact that I haven't also heard you talk about success being your defining factor, right? So we can pop open any YouTube channel, find any online resource, and they'll always hear about be successful, be this, be that. And it's great, sure, it'll motivate you for a second, but you'll never be able to constantly keep up with the success. That's right. If you're trying to 10x your income, 3x your income, whatever it is, you cannot keep that moving, but you can impact lives.
That's right.
Every day we wake up, we can impact lives.
That's right.
But I can't always say I'm going to go out and make $1,000.
That's right.
But which one comes back? And again, that's another conversation you had. The money will come when the impacts are happening. But if you're trying to shoot for money, you'll never hit the impact.
Yeah, you got to go out and show your value. Hey, you know, I'm coming here. I'm not getting paid. I don't get paid at these speaking things, and that's why I said get me early because eventually the value will go up. People are going to see what I bring to the table, and that's just because I value people. You know, and so then there's a cost to that eventually down the road. But I'm not worried about that part because I've always said the money will come. Always said that. That is definitely going to happen. And so I don't worry about that part. I'm just trying to figure out, okay, how do I go out there? How do people find me? How do people know about me? And, go out and impact the world and leave it better than when I came.
Isn't that amazing how much we will short-sight ourselves for the byproduct, right? Money is the byproduct of what we're doing. It is not the goal.
That's exactly right.
And so again, I hope that you're hearing this, pre-licensed interns or associates or the licensed folk, like, the money, if you're shooting for the money, you're going to be unhappy. But if you're shooting for the impact, it's different.
Yeah, even if you're looking for the acceptance of other people, we're still going to fall short. Like money, acceptance of other people, making this person happy, satisfying this company's goals. Look, if it's external, we're in trouble. We're trying to satisfy externally, we're in trouble. But if we are going to live the best version of ourselves, and sometimes that best version is not the best version, but it is for that day. And that's okay to have off day. There's nothing wrong with that. We all have off days. You know, I try my best. I try my best to go out and do that. You know, I guess I'm kind of rare because I wake up happy in the morning and I'm singing, and then my wife would look at
How frustrating.
Man, I'm just a morning person. I just love being around people. So like, when we see my wife, I'm like, oh hi, good morning. She's like, oh.
For people on the podcast, his wife actually cussed with her face right now.
She did. Oh, look at, yeah, girl. We saw it. We all saw it. So, but yeah, I mean, it's just something that, you know, I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it. It's just who I am, and so why not embrace a movement of, you know, that accentuates my gifts and my strengths, and just go out and help people and do it that way. So, you know, that's why I'm doing it.
So the one of the many things that have always blown me away about you is tenacity. So this is awesome hearing this, right? Mm-hmm. I'm also thinking about the person who's listening to this podcast that goes, "That's all great, Jeff. Have you ever felt scared about embracing this part?"
Oh, heck yeah, man. Heck yeah. I mean, this is like my coming out party, to be honest. I've been done videos and that, like, but this is like, I'm going to go into life coaching. I'm going to do motivational speaking. Like, go. This is it. So this is me. I got shirts made that freaked me out, right? Because I got shirts made and I said, oh yeah, I put on my social media. I said, hey, anybody want to support me? You know, just message me. I started getting messages. I said, oh, I didn't think people were gonna follow through, right? And I asked my wife to get see. I was freaking out, but then after calming down for her, she probably helped me out. And they slapped me around, like, get a hold of yourself, Jeff. Brought me back there, but it was like, you know, this is. I just look at it as bigger than myself. This is not all on me, right? Yeah. I'm going to be the face of it. I'm going to be the voice of it, but God's leading it, and wherever He takes it, He takes it. I'm not worried about that part. Mm-hmm. So yeah, has there been doubts? Has there been concern and worry? Yeah, of course. You know, people are gonna be like, Jeff, you're supposed to do clinical. You know, people are gonna say things. That's okay. Yeah. Let them say, I love it. You know, and watch me do what I'm supposed to do, because I know I'm in my wheelhouse, like the sweet spot. We talk about baseball. We have that sweet spot. Mm-hmm. I'm there. You know, with this brand, with this everything. I've done all the legwork that I could possibly do, and I'm going to continue to grow. I'm going to continue to study different motivational speakers, different, you know, pastors, all that. Watch how they do what they do. Mm-hmm. Continue. I'm not going to stop growing. I'm not going to stop reading. Mm-hmm. That is going to continue. Yeah. You know, I'm not going to die. You know, just I got it figured out. I got my one speech. No, it's going to be an ongoing thing. Mm-hmm. You know, and so I want to be able to impact the world, and I need to grow in doing that. So. But have I been scared? Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Jeff Ortiz has been scared. Yeah, you know. But, you know, it's...
But you're confident in who you are. So I'm hearing...
That's true.
Yeah, anxiety comes, but I know I'm in my sweet spot.
Yeah,
I know this is me.
I got to reframe it. Because if I don't, I know I'll get stuck, and then I'll just spiral. I've done it, right? And so I know if I can reframe it, and what I said, this thing's bigger than me. So it takes the pressure off me. That's why the love big for the purpose. Love big more than just yourself, right? Mm-hmm. It's not just about me. If I put all the pressure on me, I'm going to fail, right? And I may fail at this, but not all the pressure is on me. Mm-hmm. Like I may fail along the way, but that's okay, because I'm going to learn from those failures, and I'm going to grow from them, and I'm going to be able to do stuff on a bigger scale. So I'm not afraid of failure. Do I get scared? Yeah, of course. You know, fear of failure. It's just not something that I try to dwell on. Mm-hmm. You know, it's just something I will learn from and go forward in doing it. So yeah, definitely. It all. I get all that too. I get all of it.
He is human.
Oh, without a doubt.
What?
I know.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. Are there any takeaways that you want to have people listen to?
Yeah. I mean, one, live in your awe. You have the awareness of knowing who you are, why you do what you do, and what your purpose is. Living out your why. That's extremely important. Knowing your worth, your self-worth, and knowing that you matter. Okay, you matter to the people around you, whether you think that or not. Trust me, there's a lot of people in this world that probably go through the motions and don't realize how much of an impact that they have on other people. So you matter. And then go out and execute those two things. Go out and live to the best version of yourself. Impact the world. Be relational. Mm-hmm. Be relational, not transactional. Be relational with people. Be authentic. Go out and live in authenticity, be genuine, and love. You know, love is patient. Be patient with the process. In this day and age, right now, with social media, I mean, these things are, these are not good.
Yeah.
These aren't good. Yeah, they're not good for me either. So it's like they keep us disconnected from people.
Yeah.
This is real. What we're having this conversation here. Now you guys are watching out there, right? If we took this into their living room, it would be different. You would have a different experience from it.
Yeah.
This is what we're made to do. Social media is not an actual connection.
No.
It's an observation. We're seeing it from an outside perspective. We get a viewpoint, right? And so this is real. This is what matters. And going out and doing that and doing life with people so that way we're impacting them. You want to be different? Engage people. Love people.
Ain't that the truth?
And be genuine in it. If you want to be different, this will set people apart when we're relational with people. I mean, we could text all day. We could be, oh, I got friends on social media. They live in this, this part of the world. No. This is what's going to help you grow. So that's the takeaway. Like, spend time with people. Please spend time with people. That's one of the things about Shift in the workout. Is like we have Coach DJ's done a great job of bringing so many people into that program, and it's the connection. It's the connection of the value that they're getting from that. It's awesome. It's just a great thing. And so as I grow in the Love Big Love Wide movement, as I connect with more people, and hopefully things come out of this video, be great, and just continue to do that. So go out and live in your awe. Be awesome and do it big.
So how do people find you?
Yeah, so I got a website being worked on, so you can't find me there yet because it's not established.
Yeah.
But they can, my handle, last time we were here,
Yeah.
I said my Instagram name, George, like it's called your handle.
Oh, whatever,
So,
George.
right, George got me.
Guess who came back?
Yeah.
And who did?
Hello. Where you at, George? You got your spot here. So you can follow me at Jeff _Ortiz _LBLW for Love Big Love Wide. You can follow me there. And yeah, I mean,
And his email, I think, will be also.
Yeah. The Love Big Love Wide guy at gmail.com. So you can email me if you want me to come in and speak.
Thanks.
I'm available.
He's coming to my classroom in March.
That's right. You're probably gonna be wearing the same attire, And
What is
I
it that
actually,
you're wearing, by the way?
Huh?
You mentioned
Yeah.
that you have merchandise. Like, what is?
Yeah.
Explain what all of that is.
So I'm not getting paid right now. So what I'm doing is I'm selling these shirts for $20 a piece.
There you go.
I got the blue one, and then I got this white one. I'm actually gonna donate this one
What?
to give away to
That's awesome.
somebody. Yep. So this is gonna be for you guys to give away to one of your viewers.
Yeah, thank you.
And I got hats, but the hats I think I'm keeping for now. I don't know.
There you
Hey,
go.
just hit me up if you want a
Those
hat.
are nice.
We'll figure it out. So all this is just to help support me in this movement, and then
course.
get the word out. Kind of be able to do stuff for free, especially at the beginning, and then go from there. So
There you go. Definitely follow him on his Instagram.
Yeah.
I've always enjoyed watching him pop up in my feed.
yeah.
Well, before we close out, thought we'd also talk about someone out the white elephant in the room.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk a little bit about the dude that's behind the camera that never ever
Gets any attention.
Gets any attention. You've heard us talk about him. His name is Fred Yen. We are super blessed that he does this with us and for us. He is very much the reason why we're even on YouTube, why we've had the social media presence we have. And so we wanted to let you know that he does exist in this fashion for other people as well. If you are interested in growing your social media, you want to look at putting together your own podcast, you're looking at putting together a vlog, you're looking at anything to grow your presence in the world,
Yep.
reach out to him. He is normally tagged on everything that we post from SessionWell, along with he is able to be found off of our channel. So again, if you're pre-licensed or you're licensed, you're wondering how do you navigate this? How do I put together a website? Sorry, Jeff.
No, that's
Any sort of marketing. He has his own marketing agency. You feel free to hit him up, and he will help you out.
And he's been doing this for a long, long time. He's not just family. So want to shout him out. He'll never get in front of the camera. One day. We'll
One
have to
day.
trick him.
He's on my Instagram if you want to check him out.
So
It's usually my dog, my family, and fiance.
good.
Yeah,
That's
good
good.
mix. So yeah, thanks guys for joining us. Thank you so much, Jeff.
You're welcome. Thank
and
you for having
Veronica.
me.
Yes.
We
Thank
love having
you
guys
all.
here.
So I hope you got something out of it. I know I got a ton out of it. Again, follow him on Instagram. It's always good to wake up and have a little joy of Jeff in your cup. So it's
And we'll
crazy.
post about how to who can get the shirt on our Instagram.
Yes, it'll be on our Instagram. Please go and follow his Instagram as well.
Turn around.
Oh, the other side.
Oh,
There's his handle.
Yeah, that's
Boom.
There it is.
That's where it is. The joy can be found at that. So thank you guys so much. Thank you for putting up with the freezing. And we're out of here. Have a great